friends, welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here for another recap of love during lockup. Listen, when they were talking about, doing a show called Love During Lockup, I was on the fence. I was like, this show is going to be a hot mess. But now, this show is so good. Love During Lockup producers, We TV, I see you. I see you. I am enjoying myself. I got a little kick in my step, okay? I love it, y'all. These participants, honey, they got me tickled. And last night was no different. Child, let's get into it. Child, let's talk about Cruella DeVille, the younger stage, the 101 Dalmatian. What Haley doing, y'all? Haley is inside her vehicle. Her hair is black and white. Her sweater is black and white. Her arm thing is black and white. And her steering wheel. What's going on with you, Haley? Boy, that Haley. So Haley is on her way to meet Dalton's dad for the first time. Even though Dalton told her, don't be going over there. Don't get involved. I don't think that's a good idea. Me and my dad don't have the best of relationships. Dalton told her that. But she done hop, skipped, and jumped her black and white ass on down there to Pop. Speaking of Papa Dalton, y'all, what's wrong with him? Now, we need to discuss this in the comments. Oh, I'm sorry. To my new subscribers. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family, y'all. Y'all cutting up. I'm here for it. We just carry on here. That's what we do over here in these parts, in these neck of the woods. We just carry on and have a good old time. Carry on with us. So we got Papa Dalton. Y'all, there's something ain't right with him. He was so pompous and arrogant. And why is a grown man talking about choo-choo? I said, now I know I didn't hear this grown man describe his job as a choo-choo. Correct me if I'm wrong, family. Ain't that what he said? And here's Haley. Well, I'm a cleaning tech. Girl, you clean houses. You clean houses, you clean buildings. That's what you do. Ain't no wrong with it. So Papa Dalton was talking about his relationship with his son. So then Papa Dalton had the nerve to say that his family, his relationship with Dalton is solid. Solid as a rock. Did you tell Dalton that? Because see, I don't think Dalton knows that. How can your family or your relationship solid with Dalton when you ain't went to go visit him in 2 years? Now, you said that you gave Dalton the tools like most parents do, but he don't went and just cut a shine, okay? Dalton strayed. Dalton wanted to do what he wanted to do, and he ended up behind bars. But you ain't went to go see your son in 2 years. That's your business. But you can't sit there and say that you have a solid relationship. So here's Haley. He hasn't visited his son in 2 years. I cannot go a day without visiting Hendrix. Haley, pump your brakes, child. You talking about you can't go a day without visiting Hendrix. You want to go and take Hendrix to go visit a man in prison. Both of you is a donut short of a dozen. So, of course, the dad, being so condescending and arrogant, he was like, listen, this ain't gonna work. this manufactured relationship, this manufactured family. I know my son. He like him cute. He like him just like her. Ain't nothing coming out of this. Nothing. And so he was saying, Papa Don was saying that when Dalton get released, he wants Dalton to be released into his care. Haley said, pop the brakes. When he gets released from prison, he gonna be mine. He's getting released to me. Papa Dog, you ain't seen that boy in 2 years, and you think that Dalton wants to come to your house? I think the F not. And he told Haley not to go over there and see you when she was over there eating that pot roast / steak. Honey, in the comments, y'all cut up. Y'all done called that piece of meat that she was eating last week a pot roast, a chuck. y'all are a mess. And I'm here for it. So Papa Don and Haley said bye to each other. So Haley is with her mom. And you know, she had that conversation about getting a house. $30,000 down on the house. So she with her mom and they pull up at a trailer. And Haley come talking about, it's mine. It's mine. It's mine. The mama said, what? This is your house? Wow, it really is nice. I'm so proud of you. You're doing great. Y'all, listen. I ain't gonna say nothing about that girl's trailer, okay? But did y'all see that little refrigerator? I was like, they couldn't measure. I was like, y'all couldn't measure that. Y'all just done went down there to good old Lowe's and y'all done bought the first cheap refrigerator. Didn't even fit that little slot. So Haley, she starts bringing up Dalton. And honey, Mama Haley was like this. Same old story. Mama Haley don't like Dalton, not one bit. She was rolling her eyes. She was like, I don't approve of this foolishness. I don't approve of it. Here's Haley. Why? Mama don't say you don't even know that boy. You don't even know that boy. And she said, and let me tell you something. She says, I hope his name is nowhere near this trailer. Okay? His name don't need to be on no paperwork. Here's Haley. What? What do you mean? The mama said deed. Deed. The mama said Dalton name do not need to be on the deed. Okay? What if y'all break up? What if he leaves you? The mama is giving you sound advice. We have seen it so many times about these girls or boys who are so quick to get these guys and girls out of prison. They just be signing everything. They get houses, they get cars, and what happened? Back to prison. Or they find another one. So Haley said that she's upset because no one believes in their love. Haley, the lawyer is telling you that you're being used. He is a career criminal. Your mama is telling you, and you done went and you done bought a trailer. Please don't put his name nowhere near it. Y'all, that's it for Haley. That's it for Haley. Let's move on. All right, let's talk about Max and Tara. This ain't gonna take long, child. Max, I'm gonna say right here, right now, some of y'all, somebody said that he looked like one of them dinosaurs from Jurassic Park. I'm gonna need for y'all to stop. And then somebody said, I think it was L Boogie, talking about that. Somebody said he looked like that creature from Avatar. I'm gonna need for y'all to go somewhere and sit down. I didn't say that. Don't y'all put that on me. See, that's what y'all said. homeboy's house. Because, see, his homegirl being a little clingy. See, she wants more out of the relationship, but he still wants Tara, the inmate. So Max is sitting there eating a delicious bag of Doritos. Y'all, when I tell you he was tearing them Doritos up, I was like, eat, Max. Doritos are my favorite chips. It's either that or sour cream and onion. Y'all put down below what y'all favorite chip is. No judgment. So he is scarfing down some Doritos. His homeboy was like, what's up? What you doing? What's going on? Have you heard from Tara? He was like, no, I ain't heard from her. I ain't heard from her. So he was like, listen, you're going to have to figure this out. So they went to the prison website. Nothing. So the homeboy said, call the prison. See what you can find out. So they called the prison. And whoever answered the phone was like, what is your relation? He said, friends. Honey, come to find out, Tara is gone. They said Tara's been released. I said, released? Max, dum-dum, you mean to tell me you done cut a shine with your homegirl that you doing OF with for money? You're shaking your thing for change. And your girl who supposedly loved you and y'all have some type of connection, she done booked and didn't even bother telling you. Talking about, did y'all hear what she said? She was in a car wreck and she done broke both her ankles. I said, and what she say? She hurt her hand. She said that's how she got on pain medication. I thought she was in there for possession of meth. So Max said that he don't understand what's going on. I don't either, Max. I don't either. I guess we'll have to find out together, won't we? Child, let's move on. Child, let's talk about Santiba and Talzi and these boudoir photos. Now, Santiba, she lost 92 pounds. And her man is in federal prison in Florida. So, she wants to, give him something sexy to look at. Now, this is my thing. We find out later on that he's getting out in 3-4 weeks. Why are you sending him pictures now? You could have waited when he got out. So she's putting on these, sexy lingerie, and she's posing in these positions. She was like, now wait a minute, Mr. Photographer. I can't be showing no nipples, no vagina, no, whole lot of skin. Or the 15 people who are looking at these pictures before my man do. Honey, they may toss them or send them back. And so the guy was like, oh, you ain't got to worry about that. We're not getting all that now. Calm down. I said, Lord, have mercy. So she is in different positions and she's taking pictures. And when I tell you the Photoshop, honey, he cleaned those pictures up, didn't he? I was like, child, this is just an up version of glamour shots. You don't remember glamour shots? Yee! Child, baby. So, she says that, what is he going to do with the pictures? I don't know what he's doing with the pictures. And then she said those fatal words. She says, what if he trades my sexy pictures for some noodles? Y'all, at that moment, my soul left my body. I hollered. I said, not the noodle. bitch on some chair in some cheap lingerie that probably break you out. And he may pass it on for some noodles, not 25-cent noodles, oh no ma'am, at least a sandwich. No way. Ain't my life. So then she gets a phone call from her man, and he says that he's getting out in 3 to 4 weeks, but he has to go to a halfway house. Again, y'all, they don't discuss none of this. Y'all be talking on the phone 8 times a day, every time 15 minutes. You don't discuss none of this. You spending thousands of dollars on phone calls. A donut short of a dozen. So, he says, and listen here, okay, I'm getting out in 3 to 4 weeks, but I got to go to a halfway house. She's like this, what? All on speakerphone so everybody can hear it. The photographer is like, child, who is up in my... You know what? I'm tired of y'all going into these establishments. And she was like, well, what's the difference? I want to go to Georgia. It was something about her going to Georgia, picking him up, meeting in Georgia. Child, I don't know. It was sounding confused. And I was confused. But I really wasn't too invested in all that. Because once I heard the selling the pictures for some oodles and noodles, honey, it was over for me. I cried about a good 5 minutes, honey. I had a good old belly laugh. It don't take much, do it? So she says that she wanted to spend some time with him before he goes to the halfway house. Well, I'm sorry. You're going to have to wait. Child, let's hope he makes it out of the halfway house. Let's move on. Indy and Harry. I'm going to need for somebody to slap the dog piss out of Indy. Because Indy, I'm going to need for you to stop. Now stop now. Where was Mama Yolanda this episode? We're going to need to see more Mama Yolanda. Oh, that's right. She on her way to Ohio. So we have Indy with her adorable daughter, Coco. And they are talking to Harry. And what comes out of Coco's mouth? Daddy. Look at Daddy. Hey, Daddy. Hey, Daddy. Hey, Daddy. Indy, I'm going to need for you to stop. That ain't that girl's daddy. Now, I ain't in your family. This ain't none of my business. But they ain't the girl's daddy. Why are y'all so quick to have an inmate for your children to call daddy? Why is that? And Harry, of all people, how you doing? Holla at your boy. He can't even spell daddy. Coco probably can do better in school than Harry. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just saying. Harry can't even finish a sentence without knowing the inside of his jaw. Here's Andy. I'm thinking about going to Ohio to see your mom and your sister. What do you think about that? I'm packing. And what did Harry say? Well, you know, I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, we ain't got that type of family, you know. I don't think that's a good idea. Holla at your boy. I just don't think that's a good idea. How can you be attracted to someone who mumbles throughout life? I don't understand. Now, we all have our accents because Lord knows I do. Some of y'all be like, Sass, I didn't even understand some of what you said. What you say, girl? That's just me. That's just how I talk. But you don't hear me mumbling, honey. You hear me loud and clear. My accent is just a little thick, but it's all good. So here he is mumbling. And so she's like, what? I'm going to have to meet your family. So then she brings up Ohio. He was like, I don't think that's a good idea. Andy, what is not clicking? He don't want you to meet his family. He don't want you to go to Ohio. But then you're saying, I'm packing. You are going to literally move your daughter and yourself away from your family to be with a man who's in prison. Don't even want you there. What is not clicking? Girl! Mama Yolanda is going to get to the bottom of this, and I can't wait. He is in there for robbery and kidnapping. Who did you kidnap, Harry? I tell you who you didn't kidnap, a teacher. Let's move on. Another idiot. Y'all, she right here with me. She right here. She right here. She right here. Let's talk about Gabby. Honey, somebody on Twitter said Grabby Gabby. Honey, you ain't said nothing but the word. Y'all, Twitter cut up last night. Y'all, when I tell you I was squalling at them comments, they dragged them, okay? They dragged the whole cast from here to there on the back of a pickup truck. Y'all, I tell you, I love my people. So, we got Gabby. Now, Gabby's still mad because she wasn't allowed to have that $30,000 so she could buy that dress. She still got a temper tantrum going on. Then we get a new participant, honey. Mama Chris. Where have she been? Love at the lockup producers. Y'all hiding hidden gems. Mama Chris. Mama Chris with that thick New Jersey accent. How you doing? You look nice. Here's Gabby. Oh, well, thank you. See, Mama Chris softened her up a little bit, and then it was time to rip off some skin. She was like, have you heard from Chris? That was Gabby. Because, see, Chris is in solitary confinement. He up in the hole. There is no communication, only letters, and he hadn't wrote her letter in a week. But guess who have, some little bit of information? Mama Chris. Mama Chris says, listen, Chris is getting out in 3 weeks. Gabby said, what? Well, that's news to me. Why didn't anybody tell you? And Mama Chris said, you didn't need to know. I said, she started ripping off layers of skin and layers of Gabby's dark soul. See, Gabby's entitlement, being spoiled, being a heifer. See, all that was getting ripped apart one by one. See, Mama Chris also said Chris didn't want you to know. Don't worry about it. See, we family. That's what Mama Chris said. That's my son. We family. I'm going to go pick him up. And so Gabby was like, well, I need to be there. Mama Chris said, oh, no, you don't. You don't need to be nowhere near. This is family business. How are you going to tell the mother that she can't go pick up her son? And then here comes Gabby. Well, I'm going to be his wife. Mama Chris said you ain't go. So then, after Gabby got her face good and cracked, honey hung up the phone and she called Mama Chris the B word. Gabby, why didn't you call Mama Chris when she was on the phone the B word? In fact, why didn't you talk to Mama Chris the way you talk to your mama? We know why. So later on, we have Gabby. She's still fuming over not being able to have the information that she needed about Chris. Because, see, that's the love of her life. They engaged. She done spent all this money. And so she says, after mother, I'm showing up. And she says, if not only am I going to show up, I am going to run to Chris. And she said a snide comment talking about, of course I'll win. Gabby, how you know you can outrun Mama Chris? You may not have legs, because see, Mama Chris may bust you upside your head and then crack your kneecaps. So she says she's going to run to Chris and hug him about 5 minutes and said that Mama Chris is going to feel that. Abby, are you serious right now? I'm going to need for you to sit in hot lava. That's what I'm going to need for you to do. And then she said, I'm selfish. Yes, you are. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. So, time to call Mama Chris. And Mama Chris said that Chris supposed to get out in 3 weeks, but something's going on. He may have to do federal time. Now, Gabby said, now listen, that don't make any sense. Because Chris told me that he's not doing any federal time. So Gabby, because she know everything, she said she's going to call the prison on 3-way, I guess to try to embarrass Mama Chris like she knows everything. Mama Chris said they're not going to tell you anything. They're not going to tell you that information. Here's Gabby. Yes. She says, so the person on the other end says, we can't give you that information. Okay? What we can give you is that he's still here. But we can't tell you what's going to happen when or if he get released. We can't tell you if he's going for fed time. So Mama Chris gets off the phone and Gabby has a nervous breakdown. Her nails look cute though. I will say that. So she's in the bathroom crying, snot flying. She's doing some makeup underneath her eyes. She said that something's not right. She said something is not right. There is a reason why Mama Chris don't want Gabby to go. Maybe there's another person. Maybe there's another woman. Maybe I'm being played. Well, first of all, Gabby, Mama Chris didn't want you to go. Chris didn't want you to go. Per Mama Chris. Let's move on. Last and certainly least, y'all, we got Ty and Hottie. Well, we got Ty. Y'all, what's wrong with Ty? She can't be real, right? She can't be real. I refuse to believe this woman is real. So we have Ty. She done hooked up with her friends, her homegirls. And she's just telling them about Hottie. Now, of course, her homegirls got good sense. And wasn't they pretty? I just thought they were so pretty. See, her homegirls got good sense. And they said, Ty, honey, something ain't right about Hottie. This don't even sound right. What are you doing? And so Ty was like, this girl keeps calling me. I mean, Boston is still calling Ty nonstop. And she answers. So they said, why you answering? Quit answering. What are you doing? And so Ty's like, well, she says that she was with Hottie for 12 years. And one of her homegirls says, you think she's just doing all this just to be doing it? You think some woman is going to call you 15,000 times a day just for the fun of it? A complete stranger. So the friend was like, that Hottie ain't no cow. He's shady boots. So Ty was like, but I love him. And, you know, he says that the girl's crazy. Honey, her two friends was like this. How are we friends with her? Oh, she's that friend. Y'all know that friend in the friend group that you're like. So, one of the homegirls says, I want to hook you up with my friend. His name Angel. Don't worry about the name. Just look at the face. And honey, he's handsome. He is cute. I was like, okay. And so she's like, okay, he is handsome. I'm going to give him a try. So when I tell you, Ty gets out of her vehicle, breast and all, and she walked into this establishment. Y'all, when I tell you I had a flashback. I said, no, she ain't walking into Clifford's. Now, y'all, let me just go back a little bit. See, when I was out there in my younger days, when I was out there, you know, hitting the street, it was a place called Clifford's. And when I tell you, it had 2 pool tables and a little dance floor about this big. It'll be about 50 people up on that dance floor. This is how we do it. Da, la, 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 la. Honey, killing it. The only thing you smelled inside of Clifford's was cool water, pump it up, cinnamon chewing gum, breath, and weed. That is all you smell. I can smell it right now. Now see, the establishment that Ty went to, they were selling steaks, the baked potato with the fences. See, but in Clifford's where we used to partake in, honey, we had country fried steak, collard greens, mac and cheese that I didn't eat, and somebody's auntie's cornbread. Y'all, when I tell you, you can get all that for $4.99. Y'all ain't ready for that story time. Y'all ain't ready for that story time. I may do a story time about Clifford's during Black History Month. Y'all leave a like. Y'all let me know down below if y'all want to hear about Clifford's. Y'all, we had a good old time. So anyway, when she walked in there, it reminded me so much of Clifford's, y'all. So she gets in there. She was like, hey, how are you? And he was like, how you doing? I was like, okay. I was like, okay, Angel. First of all, Angel looked like he smelled good. He did, and he had clean nails. That's a plus. Don't nobody want no dirty fingernails. Absolutely, that is a huge turnoff. Can we agree? So here she is talking about what she do for a living. She's a mortician, and she was like, do that turn you off? And he was like, no, I'm cool with it. I mean, you're doing a whole lot of touching. You know, I think that's a little exaggerated. That's right, Angel. See, Angel's clocking her. She doing all that foolish. He was like, you know, her touching me was a little over the top. So then she starts pulling out not one, but 2 flip phones. And her regular phone. And he was like, why you need all them phones? And she was like, work. The minute she walked into Clifford's, non-Clifford's, honey, she is lying. She was lying. She is so foul. So she's pulling out all these phones. Then she gets a phone call and said, hold on. She gets up and leaves. Now, this wasn't a phone call from her children. This was a phone call from Boston that's been calling her 18,000 times. This woman's nuts. So she goes back in and she says, I'm so sorry. That was the funeral home. It flooded. I said, Angel peeped it. Angel said, now I don't know why she is telling me this lie. He said, that's a whole lie. He said, wasn't that flooded? And about that funeral home, the only thing that was flooded was the lies coming out her mouth. But Angel played it cool because he said that she was pretty. And when she walked in, the heads turned. Now, I didn't see that. Maybe the heads just was turning because there's a whole film crew behind her. So then the food comes. And she's like, can you cut this for me? So he was like, I can do that. So he's cutting the food and she was like, oh, if you cut it right, you might cut something else right. And he was like, what are you talking about? I was like, huh? Oh my God. I was like, Ty. Honey, she just was cutting up. So the conversation went on and on. And so then it was time to go. And they got to kissing, honey. She was rubbing his bald head. I said, okay, Ty. Angel seems like a good dude. But of course, she's going to ruin it. Do you want to know why she's going to ruin it, friends? Because she said out her mouth that she gets more romance from guys in prison than guys outside of prison. I'm going to need for Ty to stomp her toe. Who says that? And what about when she says that Heidi or BB or whichever one don't roll her a poem? Yo, one of them fools done ripped out a piece of paper, out of notebook paper. Probably took them all of 2 minutes and wrote them an elementary poem, child. She done hung it up on her wall, talking about it's beautiful. I said, what? I said, not the poem. Roses are red, violets are blue, Heidi is crazy, and you are too. See? See how quick it is, girl? You act like that Heidi is the male version of Maya Angelou. So she says that she will continue to date inmates and not men on the outside world. And that's all I need to know about her. And that's all I need to know about Ty. Girl, what y'all think about this episode? Y'all know what to do. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends.